Hey, what's up guys, my name is TrIxIe and today we're going to be going over my top 10 favorite video games. Now this list is very personal, and by that I mean you're probably going to disagree, and if you do then, do you man, do you. Well come on, let's get started. So everybody loves classic Nintendo games, especially Mario. This game holds a special place in my heart. This game was the first game I ever played, and probably a lot of other people's too. I really don't know what it is about this game, but I just love it. I keep in mind, I absolutely hate the other ones. Mainly because I don't get that classic Mario feel. The only new game that I kinda actually like is Mario Kart 8. I guess it's because it feels so smooth, and it just has that competitive feel to it. So Tom Clancy made tons of games, and I mean tons. But there's one in particular that for some reason I hate, and I love at the same time. Rainbow Six Vegas 2. There are so many things I love about this game, and so many that I hate. I love it because it was kind of like my first Call of Duty. I mean, I love playing Call of Duty, and this is the first game that really introduced me into that. And it was just awesome to play. But dear God, were the controls bad. This game just asks for you to make mistakes. Every time you try to aim by pulling left trigger, you went into cover. Every time you tried to crouch, you ended up throwing a random frag grenade. But even though this game sucks, it's still one of my favorites because, like I said, it was like my first Call of Duty, and you can't really ask for much out of that. So what's better than being a badass in a hooded cloak who assassinates people? The answer is nothing. The first Assassin's Creed did this pretty well, but the game that really pulled me into the series was Assassin's Creed 2. I love this game, and I mean I loved it. I played it for so long. I loved it because the main character, Ezio Auditore, was such a badass. He was very arrogant, but at the same time had no idea what he was even doing. I guess I like the fact that just as he learned to play the game, Ezio also learned things that he couldn't do before. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Revelations had the same effect on me, but I didn't like them as much as I did as Assassin's Creed 2. To this day, Ezio is one of my favorite video game characters of all time. There aren't a lot of games where your enemy is your friend, but also psychotic. Portal and Portal 2 are extremely good examples of that. I love this game because it's way more than just a puzzle game. You can do almost anything you want with it because you can go. There's tons of things that you can do in the game. Like you can do the Ratman's tunnels and all that stuff. But anyway, in Portal, you witness GLaDOS become more and more psychotic as you progress throughout the game. As much as you are her friend, she is equally your enemy. In Portal 2, it is the exact same thing, but with a new friend slash enemy named Weasley. But he's more power hungry than just play crazy. I love this game because not only did you have to work with your old enemy GLaDOS, you had to take down Weasley, but GLaDOS was a potato. This just goes to show that the game developers said, hey, we can do whatever we want in this because the game doesn't even make that much sense anyway. So why don't we make GLaDOS a potato? So everybody loves zombie games, and I mean everybody. Valve has shown everybody that they can basically do whatever they want, and people will love it. I mean, think about it. Everybody's still waiting for Half-Life 3. One game that I think so many people love and adore is Left 4 Dead 2, which we're still waiting on a 3 by the way. The thing that I love about this game is that it has no real story behind it. They just throw you on a dock or a bridge and just say, kill the infected. As much as I love the gameplay, I love the characters even more. Every single character had its own way of being a badass. Well, except Rochelle. She was just retarded. I loved Ellis because mainly he was a redneck who frankly did not give a damn. I like open world games, but I hate playing MMOs sometimes because, well, I suck. But one game that really got the open world thing down was the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. For some reason, this game just pulls you in. It has characteristics of an MMO, but just in offline mode. Basically, I guess I just love the medieval feeling of the game, or the fact that I could play as a cat person. Either way, I love this game. So back to the infected slash zombie type games. As much as people love them, not a lot have the idea of scaring the complete crap out of you. Games like Resident Evil and Dead Island kind of did that, but not as much as the Dead Space series. This game makes you the crazy one in a world where everything has gone to hell, which makes that 10 times worse. And to make things even better, you're in space. This game is always scared the living hell out of me, not just with the infected, but the scene when in Dead Space 2 when they stick a needle in Isaac Clarke's freaking eye. Now I don't know if you're that person that got in the first try, but if you missed the eye, you basically stabbed him to death. Not exactly rainbows and butterflies. People love games because of the gameplay and their badass main characters. One game that holds a special place in my heart is Halo 3. This game was my first FPS game. It's also the first game I played where the main character is such a badass. He freaking falls out of space and survives. Master Chief just knew what he was doing. Not only can he kill you with the butt of his weapon, but he can take on an entire army of aliens. What's more badass than that? Nothing. So I love FPS games. That seems to be a running theme in this. Not just because I love shooting people in the face, but because I'm very good at them and I'm extremely competitive at it. I love their gameplay and multiplayer equally, but I do play the multiplayer a lot more. One game that does this very well is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I think this is a lot of people's favorite Call of Duty. It had a mind-blowing campaign that left you wanting to play more. It had probably one of the best multiplayer experiences in all games that I've played, and it really pushed quickscoping. I love to mess around and quickscope with friends in this game because for some reason no other game has the same feel that this game does. This game just has the best feeling I've ever felt in an FPS game. Finding a game for the #1 spot was beyond difficult. So far in this countdown I have had games that have absolutely crazy enemies, simple platforming, characters that will sneak up behind you and kill you before you even know you're dead, zombies, games that scare the complete crap out of you, aliens, and FPS games. Most of these are FPS games. What game has all of this and that I have played for days on end? Fallout New Vegas. This game is a game I spend hours upon hours of my time playing, and I'm still finding out new things in this game that I've never even seen before. This game is very well balanced and has probably one of the best campaigns I have ever played. Even though this game has no multiplayer, it makes up with it with epic DLCs and an incredible amount of side missions. I have played this game since it came out and haven't even done half the side missions. That's how big this game is. I have almost nothing bad to say about this game. I just absolutely love it. Well, that's it for this countdown. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.